will look at a map here. The book, not a map, but a diagram. Caring, How Can We Love One Another by Morton T. Kelsey. This is a very interesting book. My son, please look at the diagram on page 138. There are opposite feelings. One of them is called feeling. Another one is called thinking. It's almost like the north, south, east, west diagram. And then we have intuition and sensing. Sensing, what do you think that is, my son? Alright. I started feeling cold as I was walking with my older brother, your Uncle Sal, and he said...
No, that's feeling, though.
That's feeling?
I started feeling cold.
Okay, I started sensing danger. The danger was that I was going to freeze. So he said put my arms underneath my armpits. Instead of walking like this, put them underneath your armpits.
Damn.
In Chicago.
I love it. It lessens the amount of water so that you don't get water.
So save the lid. So that was sensing. Feeling, what could be feeling?
Emotional?
Yes. For instance, have you felt joy when something happened?
Yes.
Maybe when you score a goal in soccer? Right? And do the chicken dance?
You know, how many kids did you go?
Every day it's Jaden and Kevin and Michael. Today, Anthony Avila.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Plus Sam and Danny. Yes. Plus a boy named Thomas that he's played with us before. Another one, plus his two sisters, plus Leonardo. How many is that? 7 or 8, 9, 10. Plus the two black boys. There were several playing soccer.
I couldn't go because I was working out at the gym.
You chose to go work out. That's fine.
It was super tough. I did first I went under, remember that pull-up bar?
Yes.
Pull-up
Yes.
in the under 12 section.
Yes.
Well, that one, you're sitting down, so I did 50 chin-ups, 30 pull-ups.
50 chin-ups. Yeah, the arms,
Yeah.
the palms face you. Chin-ups. And 30 pull-ups, the reverse. Okay.
But that's when you're sitting down. And I had 50 pounds, more or less, in the first floor, top floor. And 40-something pounds in the split.
Very good, sir.
And it's much easier because, instead of doing a real chin-up or pull-up, which is pulling 100 pounds, it's half of that.
Yes.
After that, right here, we were running back and forth, sprinting.
Where?
stretching.
In the house here?
Yeah, in the front, in the pathway. Then we went to lunch. We went on the treadmill for 10 minutes. I burned 10 calories.
How many miles did you do in 10 minutes?
Half.
Half a mile? Did you
Did
do the full incline?
Straight down. We were jogging the whole time.
Very well.
5 miles an hour. That was easy. And mine went for 13 or 14 minutes. And she joined me after. So I worked my legs really. They were burnt out.
Your legs were burned out.
Yeah. Because I was doing that treadmill thing with the jog, 10 minutes jog. Then I was doing the thing where you have your legs really close and packed it up.
Yes.
Push off and it's like
squat type thing.
Yeah.
On a chair.
Sort of squat, yeah. Then I did for that 20 minutes, 20 times. Because Mom wanted to use the other machine with the legs. So then I used that one, and I was pretty much tired with my legs.
Please come and read. All right. So what was the thinking? What is thinking? You don't know?
I don't know how to explain it.
It's Tony Robbins explained it to me. It's the process of asking questions and coming up with answers. Should I go to work out at this hour?
The pool at 6
Mm-hmm.
or 7? I'm not sure. At 7?
Yes.
No sun.
No sun. And you don't get burned. That's good. Remember what day this is? It's Wednesday. If you go to the pool on a Tuesday or something, it could be senior citizens only or the handicap
I
only.
remember on Sundays it closes at early 6.
So feelings, you feel great when you have a meal that changes your body, right? Or when you have enough rest. Like today, Janine woke me up before it was my time to wake up. Because I wasn't waking up. 4:30 in the afternoon. She said, wake up. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And
I was sleeping at that time.
So was I.
I slept at 1 to 4.
I slept from possibly 2 o'clock to 4. She woke me up before I was ready. Then, intuition. She said I did that to her earlier. Like when I show up at 10 a.m.
Oh. She doesn't wake me.
She does, but it's like, you don't, like, once you're retired, you go back to bed, it's like you get up, you go do breakfast or something, then I did 1 yard this morning, and then I went back to bed. No, then I went to Janine's house and ate lunch. And she said, why do you show up so early at 10 a.m.? Because we need time to prepare the food so we can eat lunch. You're going to take 2 hours to prepare lunch. I'm like, oh well. Intuition. What is intuition, my son? It's approximately 11 p.m. at night. This is not the time to go. Thinking skills tell me this is not the time to go work out. Correct? Not for us with our lifestyles. Correct? Now, intuition, that's how I figure out where to go. It's a feeling that says do it or don't do it. It's more than morality. It's more like safety or not safety. Do I trust this person? Do I not trust this person? Things like that. Now that I'm on the topic of trust, I will not speak to a police officer. I will remain silent, officer. When they come for me. When they come for somebody else, I'll say, yes, this person did this or did that. What will you do with the police?
Depends.
When they are called on you?
Well, it depends what I have done.
Just remain silent. I'm teaching you. You read that book that the boy was into transforming into a panther or something. He was the Egyptian, the black boy on the cover with a medallion on his chest that he was an Egyptian pharaoh or something. The magic books. He played basketball. He put a panther in the ceiling in a closet that
King Chronicles?
he conjured up.
King Chronicles?
Possibly.
Egyptian mythology?
Egyptian mythology
Yeah,
book.
that was.
Alright, so in that story, remember how the boy said that as soon as he got taller and became about 13 years old, the police used to look at him differently? He was no longer a child, the black boy. He was no longer seen as a child or anything, but now he was seen as a criminal. You don't understand what I'm talking about. If you're a man, you are a suspect. I've noticed this before, because even as a security guard, when I saw a man by himself, I was like, okay, let's see. Nice guy or bully? Let me see, you know. And then when I saw him with a girlfriend, I said, he's probably a nice guy. Right? And then when I saw a bully with a girlfriend, I said, what is that? Throws my scenario away. Then I divided the building into angels and devils.
Who was your boss?
Well, several, like the president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, all of those, anybody could fire me, but those three would, or those four, whichever number I gave, could get me fired instantly. Plus the building manager. This is when I was a security guard in Miami. Anyone could get me fired, like even a little kid, you know. Open the door, and they give orders as if they are the owners of the building. So he almost bumped into the glass, you know, because I didn't press the button to open the door for the boy. Is it? Open the door. How come you don't open the door? Oh, you know, they're almost saying like asshole or something. You know, they're almost saying like that with their tone of voice, and he's only like 10 or 11 years old. So what I ended up doing was, where are you going, young man? I live here. Which is your apartment? Then he, instead of answering me, he called up his mother, right? On his cell phone. Then I got a call from the manager. Not to bother them.
So he did live there?
Yes.
Then why did you not let him in?
Well, he's being a jackass. He's going in, giving me an order. I don't know who he is, etc. I don't just open a door for people just because of that. You see, as a security guard, you get paid to open the door for some people and to keep some people out. Now, if he doesn't have an adult with him, my own life is, if he doesn't have an adult with him, I don't open a door for him. If you live here, where's your card? How come you don't have a card to open that door? Huh? Too cheap? $50 a card. Open, you know. Too cheap. So that's why I didn't get along. Alright, so here we have intuition. Feelings that you have. Sensation. It's cold. But intuition tells you what to do. Turn right when you're driving, turn left. When you're lost, intuition can help you. But you must develop these skills. I read books about the native people and how they would listen to a bird, or they would pretend that they were flying above the trees. And as soon as they would see the birds flying from those trees, they knew whatever they were hunting, a deer, in what direction it was going. Or if they were doing the opposite of hunting a deer, which is fighting a war, they could tell where their enemy was. Here's a chapter called Loving the Family and Those Who Love Us. I haven't gotten there yet. So come read the words I have highlighted, please. Chapter 1. The book is Caring. How can we love one another? Please skip over everything and read the words in chapter 1 that I have circled or highlighted. Come over here, son.
It's amazing. I opened it up and I just dropped a few drops. But when I start lowering it back down, it's like...
Oh, interesting. A new kind of water bottle. That's fine, I don't mind. It's probably where I wrote the last word, or circled the last word. That's where the bookmark. Well, read the first sentence of the first paragraph, and the title, if there is one, and the first paragraph.
The centrality of love.
The centrality of love.
As the years have passed, I have become convinced that love is the central reality in this universe of ours, and that our primary task as human beings is to know this love and to express it to those around us. At 15, she was an atheist.
That's what I circled? Or that's the next sentence? Okay, so at 15 she was an atheist. She doesn't believe in God. Keep going.
Spoiled family relationships.
Spoiled family relationships. What do you think that means?
No good relationship.
Yes, keep going.
O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love.
Who said it?
A simple prayer often attributed to St. Francis.
St. Francis. All right, let me read it to you this time. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. All right, so like a baby cannot do much for you, but you are required to do much for that baby. For instance, when I go listen to my friend in the wheelchair, I go listen and I go console her because she is in pain. Capiche? Does she console me? Not as much. Sometimes I go listen and she talks to me. I learned long ago that if people talk to you, then they do what? They like you. And if you talk to them, you like them. So I go over there to console her. And I try to understand her, because she doesn't understand me. Why do you keep showing up before, if I tell you to show up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Why do you show up at 10 a.m., wake me up? I told her because I want to eat lunch. I don't want to wait until 4 o'clock in the afternoon to eat lunch. All right, keep reading the sentences that are underlined. Oh, by the way, I asked her if she was ever on a missions trip in a church group to Honduras or somewhere. And she said, my life was a... Finish it.
Mission.
Yes, her life was a mission. She helped many people. Is she giving me food?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's the next sentence?
If brother, parent, or child did not give me what I needed.
Well, finish it.
Then the relationship has failed.
Yes, parents need to give something to their children, right? All right, keep going.
It's more important to give understanding and love than to receive them.
It's more important to give love, understanding, and love than to receive them. You know how the prophet Khalil Gibran said it? He said, children are not required to listen to you, but you are required to finish it. Listen to them. All right, so read that sentence again.
It's more important to give understanding and love than to receive them.
The Bible, what does it say? It is better to give than to receive. All right, next one. I don't have that many.
I would try to express a new kind of love toward my daughter.
All right. Can you imagine that this guy he wrote a book on love and he couldn't get along with his daughter?
I took her to the nicest place I knew. I was not there to be taken care of, but to love.
All right, he's a pastor. He's broke, all right? But he did have enough money this time. He had enough money to take her somewhere. Keep going.
Divine providence.
What is... Come on, you're reading it into the pillow. Get that pillow out of your mouth. Divine providence, what's it say?
That's what it says.
All right, what do you think it is?
This is known as theological language as divine providence.
All right, divine providence to me means that your grandmother Rosa said this, Cristo incidencias, coincidence. Is it a coincidence that your mother and I are both from Honduras? Is it a coincidence that we both met through a person we've known for a long time? Danelia. Do you see? Is it a coincidence that we are opposites? These are divine things. She can sap my energy, like remove my energy.
You too. You're doing the same thing.
She just thinks the opposite way I think. All right, keep going.
The sacrament of the yellow shoes.
He ended up buying yellow shoes for his daughter, and he also bought her a purse. And after he did that, she liked him. And he went to the mall and didn't complain. He didn't want to go. But then he said, I'm here on an airplane, and visiting her in another city. And I will go where she wants to go. It's like, where will you invite me that I don't like going? Do you know? I actually like it. The carpentry and the running things and the getting in shape.
One time. You don't want to go there.
I don't want to go there on a weekday because I got my soccer team going. but soccer team / Tai Chi team. However, the Saturdays I could go. They are closed on Sundays, right? Good.
And Friday.
Good. Most people don't want to go anywhere on a Friday. You know, have you read the book The Ugly American? It talked about a diplomat from the United States that went to some country in China, somewhere over there in the Oriental countries. And he complained that on Friday he couldn't get any work done because everybody was just making an appointment with their prostitute. If you don't make an early appointment, then you can't. So this talk tells you about the low morality. Low morality by Booker T. Washington. Avoid going to see a prostitute, but that's what these guys did. So he couldn't get any work done on a Friday. So then, what I ended up doing is changing my life so that I don't work on Friday, except volunteer work. Because I really don't feel like going to work on Friday.
Volunteer work every day.
Well, I'm doing volunteer work every day, but at the same time, I'm getting in shape. Number one, I'm getting disciplined. I'm getting up, as soon as your mother leaves, 8 a.m. Number two, I sweat a full shirt.
You got more than one shirt.
I chase around a lawnmower, man. Dancing with a lawnmower. All right, what's the next one?
Love one another.
Love one another. Jesus told us. Okay, keep going.
Continuing influence 300 years after.
Who did that?
Socrates and Plato.
Oh, yes. And apparently one of these guys, Aristotle, Socrates, and Plato, not Socrates, but one of the other three, they each taught each other, right? But one of them taught Alexander the Great, who was the son of a king, and he conquered the whole world, the world that was known at the time. The world on horseback. All right, keep going.
Shakespeare knew our human heart.
What does it say about Shakespeare?
He also knew God.
He knew God. What is interesting about Shakespeare, he wrote some comedies and tragedies. Now, I knew about the tragedies, but the comedies, like in one of them, the king has 3 daughters, and he says to them, "How much do you love me?" And the ninth daughter says, "As much as a daughter should." The other 2, I forgot what they said, but he ended up giving the kingdom to all 3 of them, right? Dividing it. But the first daughter and the third daughter, the middle daughter said something. I think it was the middle daughter that said, "As much as a daughter should." But then the other 2 daughters, they kicked them out. As soon as he gave them the kingdom, okay, you're supposed to spend 1 month in each house? Well, you're going earlier to see my sister because I'm not going to put up with you living with me. So the old man learns his lesson. Don't give your money to the king, to your children until you're dead. But it's a comedy. Well, maybe that was a tragedy because it was sad at the end.
Yeah, so here's jealousy, anger, comedies, The Winter's Tale, Cymbeline, The Tempest.
Okay, which is a comedy? Name one.
The Tempest?
Another one? I didn't read that one. Go for another. I mean, I did read it, but I was like 14 in Chicago at the library by myself.
Cymbeline.
That could be the one where the king has 3 daughters. All right, keep going. Oh, by the way, I saw it on Cliff Notes or Spark Notes on YouTube. 3 minutes, and Shakespeare in 3 minutes or in 7 minutes.
The Winter's Tale.
Yes.
Comedies, love,
Comedies, love.
and forgiveness are present, and tragedy is avoided.
Okay, love is present in the comedy. But where there is no love, then we have a tragedy. So let's see what was the last thing on this page. The paradox of love. That was good, son. You read most of it. Give me my bookmark, man. All right. God bless you. Those that surround you. Go do a good deed. Speak with your children. I speak with the polite son that I currently have. Spend some time with me, Max. Tomorrow. Hello? I have a job early in the morning. I'll be back by 11 perhaps.
¿Cuándo vas a tener tiempo de sacar alguna mierda de aquí de las mierdas que trajiste? ¿Cuándo?
Alright, you just told me today that you're off tomorrow.
No,
So,
que todo el tiempo tenés tiempo para la demás gente.
Anna, I barely know when you're going to work or when you're not going to work. I have zero idea. You don't tell me your schedule. You know my schedule. Where am I at 6 p.m. every night? Or 6:30?
No, todo el tiempo lo que la demás gente quiere, pero no tenés tiempo de barrer, no tenés tiempo de limpiar, no tenés tiempo de cortar la yarda en esta casa, no tenés tiempo de botar toda la basura que has traído a esta casa, no tenés tiempo. No has sacado pero ni una madera tú de esta casa, después de haber traído todas esas mierdas que tenés ahí.
I need... Oh, you're gone.
¿Ay, ni qué? Si estás aquí en la casa todos los días, no puedes sacar nada afuera. Tenés ese garaje lleno de mierda. Tenés lleno de esa mierda ahí, llena de mierdas también que no sirven. Si no usas esas bicicletas, tirarlas a la calle, que se la lleven. Tú no arreglas absolutamente nada. Te vas a cortar otras yardas cuando no cortas la yarda de tu casa. Te dije que dejes de usar mi coso. Te lo dije.
God bless you and those that surround you. It's very important for you to have money so that you don't have to put up with an angry wife or an angry woman like this one. See you in the morning.